Hello everyone. Hope you had a good Christmas. And that you enjoyed yourself. Because it's cold over here in the UK. But that's normal. What's the temperature in a minute? The temperature is 1 degree. But it feels like -4. So yeah, it's cold. So I have my hoodie on and I have my duvet because I'm in bed as usual. Hope you've had a good Christmas anyway, and that you all are doing okay. Now, the people that John named in his video, we mentioned how in the last live stream, which was Christmas Eve, that James Charles had called up and said, hold on a minute, that's a lot of bull. Well, it looks like the other person who was named has. Let's see if I can find it. Right. But that isn't the only thing that's happened. Now, just cancel this a sec. Right, so as you can see, Charles Gross likes one of my tweets, which I'm quite good at, which I'm quite happy about, sort of. In which tweet I said, Jeffree Star could end this with one foul swoop. Philly D, please advise on this. It's a huge issue. It goes beyond drama. It's now YouTube. It's against YouTube terms of service and likely to become illegal, which it is here in the UK. Now, not long after I got this alert, I went onto YouTube and I went onto Charles's channel. Yeah, my side of the Kuckian Petermon situation. I might delete this actual fact before he does. Keep vid. For anybody who ever wonders how I delete video, how I download videos that other people have put up, this is how you do it. So, I'll just pause that a second.
We're Rhett and Link, and we wanted to show you how.
Shush, Rhett. Love you to bits, but shush. Right, copy. I should have done this before, you dumbo. I know, silly. But today I've been chilling, so. Right. So, right. And this is the video I played in a sec. I don't mind if Charles copyrights me, I wouldn't mind. But this needs to be shared.
We created our amazing new website with Wix.
Now we know that having a great website.
Hello everybody, so I wasn't planning on making this video, that's why I look like a mess and I'm on my bathroom floor again. But I don't like drama on YouTube or in life, it gives me stress. So I don't like to involve myself in drama, but I've been asked a bunch of times about a certain situation and I just want to address it. If you don't know what I'm talking about, don't think about it, move on, click off this video. But for those who are wondering, regarding Petermon and John Kuckian, I don't want to get involved. I don't know anything about that whole thing. I don't know about it, and honestly, it's none of my business. But I just wanted to clear everything up and say that anything John Kuckian has said about me is false.
And that is the bit that's the important bit. anything John Kuckian said about me is false. Because John says that the people that Peter was texting on with him was James Charles, which he's turned around and said, no. And Charles Gross, who's now turned around and said, no. Also, Jeffree Star has actually spoken up. He's not actually called out John per se, but he's just saying that, see if I can find it, Peter. This is just really an update on what's going on. Right, so, Miss Gigi, Katie Marie, Christmas. Nikki Matz, Christine Cash, Zuma, Chen, Ernie, Maria, Nicole. Try to find the flipping thing. But apparently Jeffree had tweeted and said, can't believe how strong Peter Mon is, and that how proud he is, and he looks forward to seeing him in the new year. So from the sounds of it, Jeffree Star is bringing Peter down to LA to spend some time with him, which is good, because it has actually put a bit of a what you would call it, a fire underneath John. I just can't find the tweet right now, which sucks. It's just the case of people still believe John after this. I really don't know how. I really don't know. Right. Just have a look at John's social blade. Excuse me. Alright, let's have a look. Since this happened, which was like the 23rd, almost every day he's lost over 1,000, and on Christmas Eve, which was the big day that everything kicked off, he lost 2,500. And his views are down a lot, and I mean a lot, and he's really going to struggle if it carries on the way he is. In the last 30 days, obviously, this is going back to the makeup release, he's lost 12,000 subscribers. Obviously, it's just going to carry on until people actually speak up and say, you know, this is a load of... This is wrong, and I'm hoping that when Phil comes back after Christmas, he does say something, and does do something on this. Purely because it is criminal at this point. Here in the UK, as I mentioned on Christmas Eve, we have very, very strict laws on what you can and can't say. Primarily due to the paparazzi in this country were saying all sorts of things about everybody, including the royal family and celebrities. And there was a huge lawsuit, and that changed the rules on what you can and can't say as a member of the press, or in something that's recorded, whether it's a telegraph, whether it's a newspaper, a website, or a video. And he basically has called Peter Mon in the worst possible way, because he has no evidence. All he's looking at is Peter's Tumblr. When I've watched the Martin Lewis video that he did a couple of days ago, and he actually shows John's Tumblr as well, and he's like, hold on, the stuff that Peter Mill's got on his Tumblr is very similar to the stuff you've got on your Tumblr, and how he's saying, John's saying that because there's a picture of a kid, and then like a couple of pictures of where when you look at the history, when you look at the archive, there's a picture of an act that is wrong, and you know it's wrong, and some of these people don't look old enough, and he's obscuring faces, and Martin Lewis says, I've seen the pictures, the uncensored pictures, and most of them look like the 2022. Also, another factor that a lot of people forget is people don't look rich. I use myself as a perfect example. Even though I'm overweight, I don't look my age. It's unfortunately part of my condition. It's the only good thing about it. But I don't look my age. My mum doesn't look her age. My cousin doesn't look her age. And when I show people pictures of my cousin and I tell them, you know, she's got 2 kids, one that's like 8 to 9 years old, they look at me like, what? I'm like, she's in her late 20s. I'm like, oh, she only looks like she's about 22. A lot of people don't believe that I'm the age I am. And a lot of people don't believe my mum when she tells them her age. And you can be legal, but not look legal, if that makes any sense. And while John is insinuating, he's smirking. He's smirking from ear to ear. Now, when I talk about such topics, perfect example, when I did the Daddy of 5 video, I didn't smile once. When I did the MLG video, I didn't smile once. But he's talking about such a sensitive subject and he's smiling because he knows that this is going to cause drama. He knows that this is going to get him views. When in actual fact, anything but the opposite is happening. People are actually going to his channel, downloading the videos, and saying, you know, this is slander, this is this, this is this, and this is this. I have reported the video twice. I've also reported his Twitter. What happens from now, I don't know. But if anybody sees this after it's uploaded as a video, as opposed to a live stream, I would definitely recommend flagging the tweets that he's saying, where he's saying, I'm getting all this hate. It's like, you're getting all this hate because what you're talking about is bullcrap. The 2 people that you named that could back you up have done anything but back you up. And for you to say, you know, he's been attacking me, he's been harassing me. No, he hasn't. He hasn't contacted you. He hasn't spoken about you until the makeup launch. At which point he's like, right, enough's enough. I have to speak up. I have to do something. I'm sorry, but no. And it's ridiculous that this guy thinks that he's going to come out at the end, at the end of it all, as a hero. And in anything, in actuality, he's going to come out as anything but. He's going to come out as anything but a hero. People hate him for this, and I completely understand them hating him. I completely understand them thinking of him as a monster, because as far as I'm concerned, he is. You don't falsely accuse somebody of such a horrible crime that they have been a victim of, with no evidence, and think that you're the bigger person, that you're a better person, and that you have to speak up. Bitch, please. I'm not drinking this time because it's probably better not for me to drink, because when I was drinking last on Christmas Eve and I got pissed off, I was holding myself quite. I was like, trying my best not to say anything on certain things, and how alcohol loosens the lips, so that's why I'm not drinking this time. At the end of the video, I'm going to give you a little snippet of some of my Christmas presents, but that's at the end. But Anybody who knows anything about the criminal justice system knows that what John has shown is not proof. Videos and pictures that are widely available on the internet, or exactly that, they're widely available on the internet. They are not classed as those type of images. They are not classed as indicative of something more sinister or anything like that, purely because the pictures that are widely available on the internet are generally of people of age. And John hiding the pictures to make it look like he's keeping somebody's identity a secret, when in actual fact he's just hiding the fact that the pictures show either somebody is of age or it's something completely benign that he's trying to make look worse. And people are calling Peter out because he shut his Tumblr down. But I don't blame Peter for shutting his Tumblr down, because it would just be another avenue for people to give him hate messages and hate threats for, when there is no reason to give him hate messages or hate threats for at all. And for anybody to think that John's the better person in this and John's the hero, I'm sorry, but that's not how it works in this country. What John has done is a legal issue in this country, and he's got a lot coming in so many ways, and I don't think he realises how bad what he's done actually is. It's enraging that somebody who says that they are for the truth and that they are for positivity and they are for people to live, a decent life and things like this, has turned around and done this to somebody just because he doesn't like them, and just because Pete didn't give him the attention that he needed or the attention that he wanted. Which, that's John for you. If you don't give him the attention that he wants, or the attention that he craves, or the attention that he needs, he will throw a hissy fit. And he's done this thinking, oh, if I do this, then it will solve a lot of my issues, and it will solve a lot of my problems with the whole makeup launch. And if anything, it's just made things worse. Everybody was already pissed at him because of the issues with the makeup launch. Now we're pissed at him because he's turned around and said that somebody who's completely innocent in all this is something that they are not. Now, I'm sorry, but that's not how it works. And a lot of people are now seeing what a monster, what an idiot John is. And he's showing how petty and how immature he is. Now, I know he's only in his early 20s, and when I was in my early 20s, I wasn't exactly, the best or, the most responsible. But I knew not to do stuff like this. And some of the stuff that comes out of him is absolutely benign. Sorry, not absolutely benign. Absolutely idiotic. Him calling people like me that do videos about him stupid. Bitch, I can science you under a table. I can call myself a scientist. I have a bachelor's of science. He doesn't. I studied in my years in university. He didn't. And he's calling other people stupid just because we choose to make videos about him. No, a lot of us are calling you out on the bullcrap that you pull. And then you're whining because we're calling you out on your bull. Well, don't do bullshit like this, and we won't be able to. We won't have to call you out on anything. If you don't do anything, We can't call you out. Now, if you were respectable, like Martin Lewis is, and I'm going to stick with drama channels, I am not going to involve social commentary or news channels. I'm just going to do drama. If you were respectable like Martin Lewis is, I'm not saying Martin Lewis is perfect because he isn't, but he's a lot more respectable than John is. Peter's more respectable than John is. Even people like Nick Snyder, who every so often dabbles in drama, is more respectable. Hugh is more respectable. Peter Pitch is more respectable. There is a reason why people do their job properly. He's trying to say he's an investigative reporter. If you were an investigative reporter, then first of all, you would have a hell of a lot more proof than a Tumblr blog. Where's the screenshots of messages to you? Where's the screenshots of messages to James Charles? Where's the screenshots of messages from Charles Gross? You show me. And the messages that have been shared have been proven as fake. Almost every single bit of his evidence has either been proven as fake or is absolutely inadequate as evidence. If he walked into a courtroom with that evidence, a judge and a prosecutor would laugh him right out. You can't have, as a form of evidence, a Tumblr blog that's public domain. The authorities that deal with these situations scour the internet, they scour Tumblr, they scour Instagram, they scour every single form of social media for incidents of child. Now, if they are found to hold that particular type of then that's where the police and the FBI and, you know, the government and people like that and child protective services and other agencies get involved. There are a lot more of the than we realise, but it is generally not on a website like goddamn Tumblr. Tumblr is a blog website, and that's pretty much it. It's you see a picture on the internet that you like, so you put it on your Tumblr. That's it. That's pretty much it. And John's calling that evidence of bad behaviour. Page, please. Using that exact same logic, then what's wrong with yours? You've got very similar images and some worse images than what Peter has on his. And you say that Peter's the monster. Well, using your own logic, then you are as well. There is this horrible stereotype that gay men are when they are not. And it's not just something that gay men are equated to, it's something that anybody within the LGBT are equated to. And it's something that people in the LGBT community are trying to fight, and we've been trying to fight for years. So if he's gonna write, like, just because he likes men, he likes kids, fuck off. Ugh. It's good if I don't go to Newcastle or London that often. And for those that don't know where I live in the UK, which is the same country in which John lives, I live not far from Newcastle, and I visited London once. Went for a book release earlier this year. Luckily, neither times I saw him. But he's one of these that he'll come to you in public and he'll be all pally-pally, and I'll be like, fuck off, John. Don't want it to do with you. But if John wants to call himself a investigative reporter, then what I would recommend to him would be for him to go to Philip DeFranco's channel and watch every single video Phil does, or Phil has on his channel. And I'm telling you now, Philip DeFranco is 1,000 times, if not 1,000,000 times, the man that John will ever be. There is a reason why the Gabby Show went to Philip DeFranco as opposed to John Kuckian. There's a reason why the vast majority of people on YouTube respect Philip DeFranco, but don't respect John Kuckian. It's asinine that I'm an investigative reporter. I know what I'm doing. I'm sorry, but when I get upset when children are hurt, and I also get upset when people get accused of hurting a child when there is no evidence of this. I'll use an example. When I was little, and when I say little, I mean little, my mum had just put me in the high chair, and I was having my tea, which is dinner for Americans, or supper. Now, I think my brother will play now. So she'd put me in the high chair, giving me tea. So around 4 or 5 o'clock. Knock on the door. And mum opens the door. It's somebody from social services, which is the English equivalent of DHI, or Child Protective Services. It's what we call the same thing in this country. It's called social services. And they said, oh, we've had a complaint about that your child isn't being fed properly. Mum says, we've got living room, she's eating her dinner. She's eating her tea, right? You want to have a check. And I'm sat there, food on my high chair, shoving it in my mouth, shoving it in my hair. This plump baby, I've always been a bit chubby, this plump baby in this high chair. And Mum's like, and you're telling me that child's not fed? And the woman from social services just went, okay. But it's if you see genuine cases, then you need to speak up about them. But if you don't see genuine cases, and you see cases where everything is completely wrong, and completely asinine, and completely contrived, then it sets alarm bells off, especially for somebody like me who has the training to be able to tell the difference. I have the training to be able to tell the difference between false claims and real claims. I have the training to be able to identify whether something's telling the truth or not. I have the training of being able to analytically break down whether something actually happened. I have the training for that. And if I was working for Child Protective Services or social services and John showed me the evidence that he had, he'd be laughed out of the office. And I'm telling you that now. In accordance to my forensic training, that doesn't count as evidence. I'm sorry, John, but it doesn't. Right, I'm going to stop talking about John now. Friday's live stream is going to be a summation of the year and how there's been some good and there's been some bad. So I will be talking about a mixture of things, including John, Joy, Teddy 5, Phil, some of the incidents that have happened over the last 12 months, and some of the issues that we've had, not just on YouTube, but as a human race over the last 12 months. So I'm going to do that probably on Friday, and then Sunday probably just have a laugh. Not sure if the husband's working yet or not. We're still waiting for confirmation on that. So, but that's gonna be Friday. I don't think he's at work on Friday. I think he's in work tonight. Oh no, he might be in work on Friday. Oh no, he wasn't. He was in work last night, tonight, tomorrow night. So yeah, he's not in work Friday. But yeah, I'm gonna do like a summation on Friday of the year, and then on Sunday, have a bit of fun, and then next week I should be back to normal, where I'm actually going to change it up a bit. I'm going to do 2 videos and a live stream a week. So I'm changing it up a bit. Right, I'm going to show you some of my Christmas presents. Not all of them, because they're not all up here. I got some, because I've started drawing again, I've got some art supplies. So my mum gave me some vouchers, so I got these. Which is a 30 set of fine line pens, and Tumblr Express is a shop here in the UK, and it's got all different colours, so that should be fun. My father-in-law bought me this huge my brother-in-law bought me a huge stationery set. It was a big stationery set with pencils, Tipp-Ex, highlighters, felt tips, and things like that. And this is awesome. This is one of the items that they got me in the set, which is a sugar skull pen. And there's 2 of these. If anybody knows me, I'm a bit of a goth, so sugar skulls is fine with me. I got even more art supplies. Almost everything in there is from vouchers or Christmas presents, which is watercolour palettes, acrylic paints, brushes, charcoal set, more brushes, pencils, and I've got more pencils in this one. Because I go through pencils, not just with art but with writing. My in-laws got me this, as well as some pens, some writing paper, printer paper, and some other bits. I've got a little palette for my paints, and me and the husband had to swap a few things over, because some of the stuff he prefers than me and things like that. And this is a chocolate that's quite popular here in the UK called Maltesers. What it is, it's a bowl. And inside the bowl there's like this airy malt centre, like Ovaltine type thing. And then on the outside is just chocolate. And they're really good. They're Moorish, unbelievably Moorish. And then we've got like 3 boxes of chocolates. I got some Vimto bonbons and jelly beans, but I've eaten them. I always put weight on for Christmas. It's horrible. I got some Buffy earrings, a bracelet. We got some Monopoly games. We got I got this little black bat that makes funny noises if you throw it at a wall. And yeah, got spoiled. My brother-in-law got my husband a Star Wars calendar. His mum got him the Doctor Who one, and his brother got him the Star Wars one, so he was happy that he got both of them. And his brother got him some beer as well. And his mum got him some beer. His mum got him his favourite beer, which is called butterbeer. It's not butterbeer as in the Harry Potter butterbeer. It's a beer that's not butterbeer, banana beer. Sorry, it's a beer that tastes like banana. So he's got them, and we already had alcohol in for him. And then there's a box of Diet Coke, big thing of Pepsi, sorry, and we've got some Bailey's truffles, which Pete's had. What else? Yeah, it was a good day because we left here at just after 10 Christmas morning. No, just after 11 Christmas morning, and we got back just after 10 because we went to his mum's for an hour, and then we went over to his brother's for the rest of the day, and it was good. I played with nephew for a bit, had fun, drank a bit of Prosecco, stuffed our faces with food, nattered, chatted. It was fun. Hope you all had a good Christmas anyway. Anyway, I'm going to go on now. Now I've seemed to have calmed down. Don't know why, but John and Joy are the 2 things, and Daddy of 5, are the 3 biggest things that will cause me to lose my temper. I don't know. Anyway, stay safe, be good, have fun, and I will see you on Friday.